welcome. Hello,
Welcome.
hello. We
do
are.
we have?
Well, forget that, first of all.
What?
I am Misha.
And I am Nez.
And together we are
Luxury
Unedited.
Unedited.
But we are so excited. I think today is like the most exciting day because guess who we have?
One of our besties.
Besties. Nadine Kanso. Actually, Bil Arabi. Let's just call her Bil Arabi. How are you?
Good, and you, ladies?
You know I love you.
I know.
So, I mean, this
I love you
time
too.
you are so bloody busy that we actually had to interview you so that I get to see you.
Language, Timothy.
Sorry, Timothy. Okay, well,
Oh.
blooming is not hard. Anyway. Hi.
Hi, Nez.
Hi.
Never mind.
Hi,
Naz.
Misha.
Hi, Nina. How are Okay,
Listen,
we
I
have
feel
a
I'm
very...
gonna be
Wait,
like-
before
This
we
is
start
not,
anything.
we're not going to be fighting over Nadine.
Yes,
No, can we just
please.
fight over
Just
the
over
jewellery?
the jewellery.
instead? We'll fight
Exactly.
over the jewellery.
I'm trying to find
I mean, we
ways.
are of stealing things. I don't think that she's going to leave with anything. I don't know anyone that doesn't know, but before we let Nadine introduce herself, Nadine is probably one of the most famous people in the United Arab Emirates.
Thank you. I
Well
know that.
respected.
Yes, well respected,
Thank
well
you.
loved, deservedly so.
Very well done.
Yes, and we actually are very thankful, Nez and I, because it was through Nadine that we met.
Ta-da.
So you see,
this is a big reveal.
This is a very
Big
big
reveal.
Look
Big
what you
reveal.
created.
Look what you created, this monster.
That's a monster. Exactly. Run, jump from the curtain.
No, exactly. So, Nadine, in your own
Yes,
words,
darling.
can you tell us who is Nadine Kanso?
Nadine is your friend.
Yes,
To start
number
with.
one. And friend to many.
What do you mean?
Well, my very no,
But you're
yeah,
so, I
touch
mean,
wood.
it's ridiculous.
Alhamdulillah.
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 Like how well loved you are. You know,
yes. Deservedly so.
Deservedly so, because you're nice to everyone as well, even though I don't think you should be.
No, I mean, some
Sometimes, yeah,
people
no.
don't deserve my niceness, that's for sure. But I'm a jewelry designer, photographer, artist. I started my brand almost 18 years ago. And
She was only 20.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm now only 25.
Listen, 38
Wishful
is good.
thinking.
Yeah,
Wishful thinking.
yeah.
So yeah, I've lived in Dubai for 23 years, and
I know how much you love the UAE. I know how much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your
I'm
heart
a
is
big,
here, right?
I'm a big fan. I'm not fan. It's
Yeah,
home actually,
it's home.
Yeah.
and I love it. And I feel very welcomed. I feel well. I created my business here. My kids grew up here, and I think I'll retire here.
Great.
Yeah, but of course,
So-
it is home.
I mean, when you think of Bil Arabi or you think of Nadine, that's so
Intertwined.
intrinsically linked.
Intertwined, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
There is
what's
no one
it
without the
like,
other.
like living the brand? Is there a lot of pressure behind it?
Of course, there's a lot of pressure. We try to remove a bit the politics and obviously the ethnicity and all of that. It would be a nice thing, but obviously, if you add all of that to it, it becomes quite stressing. Both of you probably know how much we work on making the brand going like traveling elsewhere
Yeah.
and being international, and it's not an easy thing. And I realized that even if you have the connections and know the people, they could say like, okay, yes, why don't you? I'll introduce you, and all of that, and nothing happens. And it's not because the product is not nice.
Is it because it's strictly Arabic calligraphy?
It
Although
is.
I know that you have tried
Well,
to
it's
move
moved
away
on,
from that.
yeah.
Yeah, moved
I mean,
on
look
from
I
at
that.
mean, if you look
Some
at
of
my
these beautiful-
earrings,
yeah.
actually, they say hub, but you
Yeah,
can't
you
see the
can't
hub.
see.
Yeah.
And obviously, in this one, tame as well.
Yeah.
So, and even in this one, so with the last
Passing of
few,
time,
I would
yeah.
say the last few years, I tried to shift a little bit, keeping the identity, keeping the language, keeping obviously the calligraphy, but making it more contemporary,
On a global
less,
scale, yeah.
less, more abstract, less.
Less visibly, less.
Exactly, because
yeah.
at the end of the day, other than the brand is being like amazing, and I love it, and obviously, but also I would like, as an artist and designer, to grow in different ways and be elsewhere and show the world that what we have and all of it. So,
Yeah.
so
And you
it's like a
work in-
message and a statement that I've always carried and wanted to put forward.
Yeah, you actually live and breathe it.
But I
I
mean,
know.
yeah, we've come a very long way. I mean, you know that a long time ago, my first piece from you were my children's initials
Oh.
on neon pink wraps. I
Yeah.
don't think I took them off that summer.
Oh, I remember
everywhere.
those.
Remember they
Yeah,
were
I do.
incredible.
Yeah.
And my love affair started from that a while. Then I remember, but I bought a lot of the really big stuff.
Yes.
The big rings, the big cuffs, the everything. But I think as like you said now, I'm noticing as well a big difference in how you're in, but you've still stayed very true to the brand,
Yeah,
which
we-
also I love. But like these pieces are incredible. The signet rings are,
Yeah.
the pinky rings are incredible. So I
They're
just
very,
think
they're very,
very
fashion-
wearable.
Yeah, and also your touch point in terms of price. I think you've got more depth in that because you
Yeah,
do
we have a
work in
good-
pure gold. So,
Yeah.
that's always tricky. But I think now you have these really fun young pieces as well
True.
that work so
We have a
well.
good range
You
of
have
Yeah.
a very good
product
range of,
and
I mean,
Yeah.
with price points,
with
from
price. I have to tell you, in my store, because there's a lot of people that always want gifts, the easy pieces, we can't keep them in stock. You know how many pieces we constantly
Yeah.
reorder, because for gifting, I think you really,
exactly.
you can get better. And then sometimes you want to make a piece that is long lasting. In fact, I'm going to talk to you about that for something for Eye Candy's 20th anniversary. So we're going to make
Yalla.
something which is very, very exciting.
Let's do that.
Now,
That's business.
I have a
That is
really.
business.
Show me the money, Misha.
I'll
me
show you the money, baby. I'll show you the money. Now,
Tell me.
as a person,
Yes.
as a friend, we have seen, your evolution and also how you've grown, and you've become somewhat of a, I don't want to say the word influencer, more like of a trendsetter.
No.
And
Please don't.
No,
I think
as a
s-
style
someone
setter.
someone that people aspire
admire and
to,
look up
yeah.
to. And where is brand Nadine going next?
Well,
Or
that's,
how do you separate?
separate.
For me, what's
It's
interesting
very
is
hard to
how you
separate.
separate the two, because I think you have always been, I don't want to say lone wolf, because actually the whole community is there to support you, because that's what you have built. But I think you very much see this as your personal kind of drive and motivation, and Bil Arabi and Nadine Kanso are so
Yeah,
linked
they're
that it's,
true.
I think at some point
They merge.
they merge,
Yeah.
but at some point they need to run parallel.
I agree, and this is what we've been trying to do as of the last year, and having like Nadine on her own, kind
Yeah.
of with project and collaboration. And usually collaborations
So
come
exciting.
to me. It's funny because they come to me because of Bil Arabi,
Yeah.
but then eventually they end up being for Nadine, but it's in Arabic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a I don't want to say mystery,
No.
but they overlap. And when you work with people like Guerlain or another LVMH collab that's coming in December, so
You heard
so
it here first. You heard it here first.
exactly.
But
So
the Guerlain was really
The Guerlain
beautiful.
was
Could you just
beautiful.
touch on that, what that was?
so the Guerlain was just like by coincidence. I had met the Guerlain people over dinner. There was nothing. It was just a social
and
thing.
as usual, they
As
fell in
usual.
love with Nadine.
As usual.
Voila.
This
Yes.
is how it
And
That's
happened.
how
her
it
jewellery,
happens.
actually,
Yeah, of course.
they liked what I was wearing.
Yeah.
And a month and a half later or so, I got an email saying, "Listen, would you like to collaborate with us? Would you like to be on a call? Let's discuss this." I was like, "Yeah, of course, why not?" And I thought it was just, a small collaboration,
Yeah.
not knowing that it was 170 year of the B bottle, which is their iconic bottle, and it had Arabic, and it's going to be in their archives forever.
Ever.
Yeah.
So being like an Arab designer, artist, woman from the region doing this for the first time on such a,
Global scale.
exactly, because they've worked with other Arab designers, but not on this scale.
And that was one of the things, remember, that we touched on, because before we kept saying they would use Arabic designers, but they would never.
Keep them as just regional
They would keep them as
campaigns.
regional
Yeah.
campaigns. But I
Exactly.
think this was the first time after, because remember, we checked when we did that episode, there was nothing
Yeah.
internationally.
Yeah,
and then
no,
all of a
this
sudden
one- This bottle is everywhere. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
in Japan. It's in
It's- well, it's so
France.
beautiful. It's
It's in
beautiful.
Switzerland. It's in
When you
Yeah.
mean everywhere,
In-
people have
in-
bought it, collectors have
No,
bought
so
it.
basically what they do is they send it to key places. You have one in I think Bergdorf, or they have one in New York, one in Cheval Blanc, and one obviously in like
It
major
travels
major
around them, yeah.
places. And obviously we we've sold a couple at least for the region. This is what I know. I'm not. I'm
no,
not,
you're not dealing with that. right now.
Exactly. So for me, this is a big, big thing, and obviously it put not only Nadine on the map, but also put Bil Arabi on the on the map, and it solidified kind of the brand. These associations are very important for designers from the region. Obviously, if I lead in this way, I'm giving hope to other designers and other people to actually work harder and make sure that they have a chance at one point to associate with people like LVMH or Caring or all of these and that's amazing.
Of course.
Because you don't want to stay in one place. It's like I mean the region is big and we love it, appreciate it, and this is our first place to be and give. But then if somebody takes you away and shows you to the rest of the world, then there's an appreciation for the language, the design, the beauty of the calligraphy and all of it.
Yes. But what I actually loved most about that project was this overwhelming support and excitement around that and around
It's
that
a pride.
moment.
It's a pride.
Yeah,
I can't even tell you how many people. Like, we went to Art Dubai, we saw the bottle, and like yesterday night, somebody told us like I spend most of my time in the Guerlain booth just looking at your bottle, and I felt so proud. She was a Lebanese, so that's when you hear these things, you're like happy that you've achieved.
Of course,
such a.
It's a huge. I mean, it's a huge milestone to achieve. And I think honestly, Nadine, and not just because you're my friend, but I think you're just gonna. Brand Nadine is going to keep rising.
Inshallah.
And honestly, it's good also for women to know you're a mother. You have your family.
Yeah, but hold on, I have a really big question.
He exists.
I don't know. Hold on. I know I've met the
exists.
boys, but does Aziz really exist?
Yes, he
I
does.
mean, I have met him once, but he just doesn't come out very often, does he? He has.
Misha.
Yes,
it's important for women like this Lebanese lady that you mentioned in Art Dubai that they know that you can
have it all.
No, I don't believe you can have it all.
I don't believe you can have it all.
But
no, I don't
like,
have it all.
It doesn't have to happen in your 20s or 30s.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
I started my journey at 38, 39.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, it's
You've
slightly...
really achieved a lot in 2 years. I must say congratulations.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Also, just to
we're going to
touch
confuse
on,
the people.
just to
I'm
touch
25.
on, age.
Yes.
I mean,
just a number, darling.
you're being
Just a number.
photographed constantly. Is there a big pressure like on the way you look?
Yeah, of course there's a big pressure because I also surround myself with much younger people.
Well,
me?
Yes.
Voila.
Way younger.
So yes, there is pressure, but it's just whether you care that much about it or you don't. Obviously, you don't want to fall apart.
No.
So you keep doing small
But
things.
obviously, also you want to stay looking like you are.
No,
you want to stay true to yourself.
Exactly. So you don't want to change too much. You don't want to. Just like try to keep a certain balance.
But I do feel actually you're in the best shape that you've ever been.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you attribute that to Pilates, darling?
Maybe Dr. Danny.
Everybody loves Dr. Danny. Now, listen, we touched on your husband, who really does exist. I have met him. He is wonderful. Nez has also met him. He doesn't like to come out a lot, but he's a wonderful
He has his thing.
It's like my husband.
Exactly.
Obviously, you're two amazing boys who I also know and very proud of, and that they're doing amazing things. But in terms of you keep your family quite separate, although they're and thing which is also protected. But now, in terms of you, when you see yourself like going outside of the UAE to represent, do you feel that it's important that your family be a part of that, or your family be separate of that?
No, I think my journey is my journey. Obviously, they're there to support, and I support them equally, and to each his own path in these things. But I think when you become an entrepreneur and you start doing things on your own for the last 17 years, so it becomes part of you. This is who you are, and this is either you have that character or you don't have it.
I always love that your children repost about you.
They
and
do.
Yeah.
They're very supportive, and I
amazing.
would love them to be more and more involved. And hopefully, one day they will. Even Aziz, I have to say, as of the last year, he's more involved.
Aziz
in
is
more
the husband,
involved.
by the way.
In,
Aziz is
in
the
terms
husband.
of the business,
Yeah.
In
I think
terms of the
having that
business, but
support
it's a
is
good
good.
support
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you need
absolutely.
that. It's not because you're a woman, or a man can feel, as well, overwhelmed or overworked, or it's just that support system. And I know if, let's say, I reach out to you or I reach out to Nez, you guys will, you
course.
ladies,
Of course.
will give me a great support. So are some of our, community friends and all of that.
Because also,
Going-
let's be fair, Aziz is also a very successful man, independently,
exactly.
in a completely
Yeah.
different field.
And
So,
he
but then-
works so hard.
And he
as
works so
well.
hard, but then when we go out in Dubai, for instance, it's always, hey, Nadine, oh, hi.
Yeah, of
Nadine's
course.
husband.
Plus one.
Yeah.
He is happy. believe
He's happy
me.
like
I
that.
think
No,
it's
of course.
important to
So-
have that.
Are you looking at
also,
my ring?
You need to go. You need to be able to switch off as well,
Yeah, of
because,
course.
like we were saying, the two are so intrinsically linked.
Yeah.
You, Nadine, and Bil Arabi, that you have to have that privacy.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Yeah, you do. But going back to Misha's statement at the beginning, when she said, like, when you go out I was now in Italy, and I was speaking at.
Yeah, I was. Wow, never thought you'd be able. 'Cause
So I
you're
was
so
on
shy.
stage, and Paula, who invited me to speak, actually she wanted to show the world the Arab entrepreneur woman,
Yeah.
proud, achieved, and all of that. So.
there are so many of us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is what we need to also show the world. It's not that just like, and we know
Breaking
how the media
boundaries,
is in so many things, on the political, not political, all of that. We're not getting into this, but they mainstream like people,
Yeah.
and then it's like they put you in a box, and this is
Yeah.
not who we are.
You're humanizing.
Yeah.
And I think that is the soft power, isn't it, in terms of what the creative industries can do.
Yeah.
It's about breaking those boundaries and the soft
Yeah,
power that's
I
in
mean,
that. And, it's
There is
such a-
no ceiling for us. You can reach
Yeah.
as far
Yeah.
as you want to go, and
Exactly.
I think Nadine is a
if we
perfect
see each
example of
other
that.
as humans,
Yeah, and
100%.
can I ask you, do you miss your photography? Because I don't think you
Yeah.
do a lot
Yeah.
of art anymore. That you.
I do miss it, but I feel, and it's something I thought you might ask me, and I was thinking what kind of
Yeah.
questions you'll be asking me. And
Oh, you never know with us. You wait and see the
exactly, but one of the things I thought you might ask me, what is luxury to you? And I was like thinking of this today, and I was like, it's time.
Time.
what is luxury to you?
What? No,
Nadine?
I mean that.
No,
I
no,
know
no,
it's
time.
100% time.
I was looking at like
Yeah.
products, whatever,
Yeah,
brands,
yeah.
experience, and when I say product experience, all of that, it doesn't have to be the top tier,
Yeah.
brands. Luxury can be in any product.
Absolutely.
If it's made with love and properly done. But time, and I feel since COVID, and actually after everybody's like on the run,
Yeah.
and it's something that I don't appreciate, and I feel like I'm like all over the place, and it's a
For
lot
me,
of
luxury is time and
100%.
freedom, for sure, 100%.
Because I remember the last exhibition of yours. It was a huge exhibition at what was Quadro Gallery at the time.
Yeah, exactly. And since then, nothing. Although I have a body of work that is ready to be printed and to be
Nice.
out, but obviously I have a day-to-day thing, and the brand Nadine and the brand
Yeah.
Bil Arabi.
Yeah.
And is that also based on heritage? Or is
COVID. No, this is on COVID
on
actually.
COVID. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that. That'll
Yeah,
be interesting.
I need to leave,
Now, are we
leave the
ready?
business.
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Oh my God.
What for? No, I haven't finished.
You haven't
I
finished?
have a question.
What? Isn't that part of
Oh
the top
my
part?
God.
I'll ask you. Isn't
Bye,
it? Oh, it's
goodbye,
about the
ladies.
cats.
Are we only friends because we love cats?
yes.
Oh, my, listen.
Don't speak about Ace.
Ace. You want Ace?
I will take Ace.
You have to come.
I
and
will
visit.
take Ace from you.
Okay.
Okay,
No, he
because
can't leave
Ashta-
my house. Wait,
because
what happened to Ashta? Ashta's lonely?
Ashta's gone.
What happened
I
to
didn't
Ashta?
tell you?
I didn't know.
Yes.
What happened to Ashta?
We
Okay,
talked about it
Oh,
in
I'm so
the
sorry.
lunch, remember?
What happened to Ashta?
she left us.
She left the house?
No, not the house. She
left
passed.
the world? No.
Yeah. She had a kidney failure.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
Oui.
So we're all big animal lovers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now this is gonna turn into
Yeah,
like
that's
a
gonna
crying.
turn emotional.
Oh,
Um,
no, Ashta.
She's so cute.
Would you, just to, go back to the art, would you ever choose between art and jewellery, or would you
Yeah, if you had
always
to
try,
choose.
or would you always trying to maintain, or do you see them as actually one thing?
Coming from one person as a creative person, it's one thing,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. I can't separate. The thinking is relatively the same. It comes from me, obviously. So I would love to do more photography.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that once we work on the business side of things and have the brand really like cruise on its own, because for the last 17 years, and probably you know, and Misha knows, it has been always organically growing.
Yeah.
A small team, doing small things, somebody who's not interested in what I'm saying, just interested in the jewellery, you know. So hoping if that goes like well and on its way, on its own, then I will have the luxury of time where I can actually have that moment where I'm like on my own, thinking. And
It's not, I'm not interested.
No,
I'm getting
that's
ready
all.
to do the top 5. Top 5.
Top
5. Hello. God. Listen, my darling.
yes.
You know that.
Okay, you take these, I'm taking these.
No.
I could ask one.
Oh,
if
you ask.
you have to shop one other jewellery brand,
Ooh.
what would it be?
I would say David Webster.
Oh, yeah.
David Webster.
Webster, yeah?
Stephen Webster.
Sorry,
you mean?
Stephen.
Stephen
Yeah,
Webster?
Stephen.
Really?
No, no,
I would
no, no, no.
never.
Wait,
no,
no, no.
David Morris?
No, David Webb.
David Webb.
David Webb.
Ah.
And why?
Why? Yes.
A very, nothing is the same, and yet it's the same. So you can feel the strong DNA in the brand,
Yeah.
and without it being boring and repetitive.
Yeah.
I love big pieces, so they do that a lot. They work with a lot of beautiful stones. So their thinking and their archive is amazing. Obviously, the second one would be Bulgari, because also of their use of colored stones and
colored
the
stone.
combination.
You love colour stones.
I love
Yeah.
colored
You
stones.
love
Although when I
It's
started
one of my
working,
favourites.
Yeah.
my brand was all gold because it was more of sculpture.
Yeah. I
So
remember.
I felt the gold was more of a sculptural material for me. Now it's like, cruising.
I mean, what I love actually about your pieces is each piece you
It's
really
very
feel.
individual.
Yeah, but you feel there's a story behind it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
collections do have stories. Obviously,
all
they
have-
have names, whether it's name of love, Tame, Hawa, Hubbak Nar. So everything has a story. Everything comes back to either like songs from Kulthum, Abdul Halim, or anything that has to relate to the obviously culture and language.
My question would be, one of the questions is,
Yeah.
if you could see your brand in any store worldwide, where would it be? Where would you love it?
My own.
Your own
Yes.
store?
Yes.
Nice answer.
Yes, you heard it here first. Yes, we're going to open a Bil Arabi store.
Yalla,
Where are we going to
Misha.
do it? We're going to do it here.
fund me.
Well, you know what?
This is what our
about
friends
it.
are for.
What? You know what? We can definitely think
Investments.
about it.
But you,
Yalla.
you
I
do
think-
have
Shop and shop.
shop and
Shop
shop,
and shop.
in
That concept store.
Is
and
that
Mall
the
of
only
Emirates.
one? Is that the only
That's
one
our-
at the, right now?
Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
our first that was opened a few months back in end
I
of
think
May.
it's
Basically
well.
took over the whole of Mall of the Emirates.
Yeah, I
Kind-
remember
kind
that.
of.
We
Yeah.
went to the
Yeah,
opening.
yeah.
It was
Yes, you were.
fantastic.
So we had a beautiful, it's a beautiful, if you want, business card for us to show the world what we can do. Worked with an amazing architect, Lebanese, Carl Gerges. He gave me a beautiful story for the brand. So we rebranded kind of what Bil Arabi is in terms of colors, in terms of aesthetics, in terms of...
But I think, see, to me, your office, that's your...
That's,
what
yes,
your-
definitely your
that's
calling
My
office
card.
is
Your
like
office
my
is
home.
you.
Yeah.
It's definitely,
it's
it
like-
represents
But I
you.
love that idea of that sort of atelier kind of store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. Now, you, obviously, we've discussed that you are Bil Arabi, but if you could see one person wearing your stuff.
Oh, nice, yes.
Oh, listen, I told you, I'm not just good hair. Listen,
Not today,
not today,
definitely
definitely
not
not good hair. Can you, who would you love to see wearing your pieces? Who do you think embodies the Bil Arabi woman?
I mean, every woman does embody. My point is not celebrities wearing the brand, which is great for the marketing and all of that. But if today they take one ring and they wear it and post it and not wear it again, it doesn't make, for me, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So for me, it's somebody, let's say, Misha, Nez, whoever. Yeah. I mean,
Actually-
any woman that believes that this represents her, and not in terms of jewelry, in terms of a statement and a message.
I mean, I
For
have
me,
to
this
be
is-
do you
honest.
remember when? Because
you
I
thought you
have
lost
this.
that.
I have this ring, which is actually my son's name
Yeah.
in Arabic calligraphy, and then round the back it's our three initials, and I lost it in.
I know.
Yeah, oh my
Because
God,
the
we
world
all-
knew about that.
The world
Yeah.
knew, and-
But we found it
but
outside your car.
everyone, because they know how sentimental these pieces are.
Yeah, they're
Everyone
very,
went out.
they're very personal.
security,
Yeah.
like people, random people on Instagram were messaging me saying we're going out to the street, and I found it.
You found it.
It was
I'm doing-
unbelievable.
yeah.
That's
But
how
I have to
special
admit,
these
I've-
pieces are.
Whenever I see Nez, and it's a lot, she's always got something from Bil Arabi.
Yeah, always.
She represents. I mean, we had, I was looking at the Instagram back like 2-3 weeks ago, and I saw her Excellency Reem Al Hashimi.
Yeah.
She had requested the
Oh,
UAE
yes.
map, and for me, she was wearing it at the UN, and she was
Yeah.
speaking at the UN. So for me, although it's a small piece and whatever, but
That
that
was
for
pretty
me
cool.
was different,
is, you know, tells a lot about the brand, about who we are, and all of.
I've got a question.
Oh, Lord.
No,
I want a question.
not about cats. What is your dream collaboration
yes.
with a luxury brand or artist? It could be anything, just any. What's your? It could even because you have had product collaborations with like Mektabi. You've had it with other interior
Fadi,
designers.
yeah, Fadi,
Fadi,
Apple Reform, we
but-
had
but
with
any-
LV,
or
and-
it could
and all.
be anything, fashion or otherwise.
What would it be?
Probably jewelry
Oh,
With-
interesting.
With
huh?
Bulgari?
with Bulgari. You know?
Bulgari.
I know that.
Yeah.
Bulgari, you heard, yeah.
No, it's. I mean, they've engaged before people to do things for the region. So it's.
Yeah.
I think it's always good to engage with the region, for the region, and for, you know, elsewhere. So
Yeah, absolutely.
why not?
That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah.
I think that would
I
be.
would love that.
Would you consider? I mean, I would love a Bil Arabi home line. Would you consider that?
I would
Do you have
consider it.
time for that?
I don't have time.
Yes.
You're not the first one to tell me that.
Yeah,
Everybody
I think
does.
it would be beautiful.
Because I think I also have a good eye for interiors
yeah.
Your
Yes,
home
and,
is amazing.
and probably for product itself. So now we have also a new collaboration, 5 of the UAE designers collaborating with the Cosentino.
Yeah.
So we're doing a product. So that's going to be interesting.
Ooh.
You're doing a table. Are you doing
No, I'm not
no,
doing a
no,
table
no.
actually. I'm doing, I haven't told them what
Okay,
I'm
no,
doing.
don't. Then don't. Yeah.
But it's a product for a house, like
Okay,
home
beautiful.
product.
Nice.
So
See?
it's going to be a light actually.
I didn't know that.
I
And
want-
we're
it's
on
actually
top.
gonna be a
Are we
light.
not on? It's
A
going to be a
light.
light.
I
You
wanted
heard
to
it here
buy
first again, guys.
One of your
It's gonna be a
collaborations
light.
with Ferdi, but they all sold out. That's the problem. These pieces.
We can make an exception.
We can always make an exception for you. Now, you love art.
Yes, I do.
She absolutely, and her home is filled with beautiful pieces. So I'm going to ask a 2-part question:
Oh,
a designer to wear, and an artist to hang in your house.
An artist to hang in my house.
There are no.
I mean, I
price
love.
that's like
limitations.
2 questions in one.
No, I mean,
I'm greedy.
an artist would be. It's not a specific artist. It's something I have to relate to. So
Yeah.
when I buy a piece of art, it's always because I love what that artist is saying and what kind of a statement he's giving or she's giving.
Yeah.
So I have no like one artist that, you know.
Yeah,
Like-
you're like us, an emotional.
Yeah,
I'm
I am
definitely
because
emotional.
I'm not collecting to collect. I'm
Yeah.
not a big collector, but
But you have
it's-
beautiful pieces.
I do have
Yeah.
beautiful, but they're very very,
Yeah.
very
There's a
personal.
connection.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
personal. Like Reza Aramesh is amazing.
Yeah.
I have 2 of his pieces, and I can never get enough of his pieces. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he has strong statements, maybe slightly political, but obviously, as artists, this is what we do: is actually put these messages out for people to understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
And in terms of fashion designer, tough,
Tough?
Yeah.
tough.
I always ask
All the
you.
luxury brands I see want to be dressing you. And
Yeah, but I think you.
But you have to feel them. You have to.
No. I
can't-
mean,
yeah.
again, you will wear what you feel like what represents you. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter the brand, and I know, I wear a lot of like and I don't like usually talking about these things, but a lot of Gucci, because when Alessandro was there, he had a statement to make, and that was part of what I felt for the brand. So now we'll have to wait and see how it is. But obviously,
What are the other go-to brands, fashion brands?
I mean, you have obviously.
I see it's a Prada. Like.
Yeah, the Prada
Yeah,
is not.
Prada, Bottega.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bottega.
Bottega.
Bottega. We love a bit of
Ta-da.
Bottega.
Ta-da.
Are we ready for the last but not least question?
Tell me.
Do you like me more than Nez?
Do you like me more than
Okay.
She's such an attention seeker.
I love you equally.
Do you know, I have to say, Nadine was one of the first people I met in the UAE.
This is so.
And you know, I'd had like a few weird experiences.
As
Because
you
people
do.
are weird. And Nadine just opened up her world. Like, I met so many good people, you included. But what I like about Nadine is, well, not just this one thing, but we are so different, Nadine and I, in terms of our social, especially socially, we're so different.
Yeah.
But she just lets me be me. Like,
Of
you
course,
know,
of course.
you are.
What-
if I say I can't go,
The
I
whole
just
essence
can't
of
go
friendship is that you let that person be
But
them
people
and you
take it
like
so
them because of
personally,
that.
'cause they're
Yeah.
like,
You should
you're-
have.
Oh, darling, you're hanging out with the
very
wrong
social.
people.
I'm not that social.
Thank you so much for bringing me these. I really appreciate everything.
Give us
Give
one
me the
last thought for. Give us one last thought.
Yes.
Maybe for those
A pearl of
coming up,
wisdom for
those
new
for-
up and coming
those
designers,
either
women.
not even up.
Not just
women,
designers.
Any like
Just be
something-
yourself.
just be yourself.
Just be yourself. I mean, because if you don't,
You're gonna
eventually
get lost.
not lost. You're gonna get tired,
Yeah,
and you're gonna lose your way.
yeah.
So if you are true to yourself, eventually you're gonna keep on doing what you're doing, and you're feeling fine about it.
Yeah,
Whether you succeed, you don't, just enjoy the ride. I mean,
Yeah.
just like be happy.
I love
Be
that.
happy.
Enjoy
the
the
ride.
ride.
Be happy.
Exactly.
Over
Thank
and
you
out
so
from
much,
all of us. We
Nadine.
love
Thank
you.
you. We love you.
We
too.
love you.
We
I
love
know
you
you
too.
love me more. You can
We
tell me
love
that.
you.
Bye. Bye.